Hello everyone and welcome back to WAW. I am proud to announce over the Anime Nebraskon weekends, which I had a blast, and let's just say there's going to be a lot of stuff in this video. But my video that I actually did for Anime Nebraskon got over 200 views. And I also ended up having over 100 subscribers. The last time I counted from the recording of this video was 116 subscribers, and I had at least 270 views on the Anime Nebraskon video. I had such a blast over this weekend. It was record breaking for everything. You can even see in the video, and later on I'll have some photos for all you guys to look at as well. I'll have a link to all those later, and a link to the music video that I did over Anime Nebraskon. I had a blast doing that. I met so many cool voice actors. I got a lot of autographs too, and I managed to find a lot of figures and stuff like that. But since I was able to break 100, I'm going to try to keep my word on my live stream before con, that if I met 100 subscribers, which I have 116, that I would try to start producing more content on a kind of a weekly basis. So I'm happy to announce that I'm going to be doing a lot more content. Mostly dealing with anime and figure reviews, Bandai kits. I have a whole bunch of stuff cooked up, that's cooking up in the works down the pipeline for content for all you mad lads out there. Alright, let's take a look at some of the autographs that I managed to get. This is basically by far the longest line one that I had to wait for at Anime Nebraskon, and that is Max Middleton, who is the voice of One Punch Man. So let's move on to the next camera over here, and you can pretty much see some of the cool autographs that I got. So I have a printout that's of Saitama and Genos on here. So all I need to do is get the voice actor of Genos, if we ever get him, and I can get this signed, and I'll have a cool centerpiece. Next, we have a One Punch Man pop figure. This is really cool. I actually bought this while I was at the convention because I could not find a Saitama pop figure. And additionally, I have a anime, which you can't really see. There we go. I have the anime from One Punch Man from season 1 autographed as well. Not to mention that I even have a cool postcard from the collector's edition of One Punch Man autographed. And just like I said about with the big print, I even have a Genos one that is not signed yet, and these are what I'm going to try to see if we can get these voice actors, or if I can meet him. So that was our first special guest that we had. He was very fun to be with, and it was a blast to get these autographs. Next, we have Elizabeth Mary McDonald, and what I actually had a lot of autographs already from my pop figures, some anime figures. The only things I haven't actually got signed were the animes. So basically what I did was I ended up getting my Ghost in a Shell standalone complex signed, and I also had the 25-year anniversary signed as well from the original 98 movie, where the franchise really got started with a whole bunch of cyberpunk and stuff like that. So these were really cool. It was great to see her again. This was actually my third time meeting her. 2 at Anime Nebraskon, and then another one at Comic-Con. So she had a bit of a deja vu vibe going on when she came back to the Mid-America Center in Iowa, which is just on the outskirts of Omaha, so metropolitan area. But she was also very fun to see. She's a wonderful person. If you ever get a chance to talk to her, she's a famous ADR. Her roles basically are Major from Ghost in a Shell. She was Julia from Cowboy Bebop, and she does a whole bunch of other ADR directing and stuff like that. So anyone that's interested in voice acting or anything like that, she's a really good person to talk to and kind of explore the world of ADR, which is digital audio recordings. So basically recording the voice actors. So that was a really fun one. So next up we have Damian Miles. He is famous for being the voice of Frieza from Dragon Ball Super. I had a blast talking to him, and I've actually got quite a few things actually autographed. He was also the voice actor for Karu, who was from the Evangelion Rebuild series. So I have a figure box of Karu, which is by Bandai, which I managed to get autographed. So I actually had bought this beforehand, hence why the figure is outside of the box. But the figure is really nice, really well done, and the box art was not too bad. So I definitely was happy to get this signed. So let's move this out of the way and actually take a look at the print that we have here. So it is a cool, really nice print, and this is basically the character Karu, which is right here, from the Rebuild series of Evangelion, which I am a huge fan of the series. You should see half the Evangelion stuff that I have in this room. But I also managed to find a pop figure of Frieza, and this is a pretty cool one because this is basically the fourth form, especially when his tail was snipped. So he is really, really angry, but he had so much fun directing, being a voice actor. From when I talked to when I met Damien at Anime Nebraskon, and he had a lot of fun, and I'm happy to get some of these cool autographs. I actually have a autograph of Whis, so I am at this point trying to see if I can get the entire Dragon Ball Z segment. Next up, we have Kimberly Ann Campbell. She is most famous for her role as Nagatoro, this is the character, Miss Nagatoro, from the anime series Please Don't Mess With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Pretty self-explanatory anime, but I had such a cool time talking with her about how she loved the role of the spunky girl, and it was hilarious. I recommend a lot of people to actually watch this series. She was a very fun person to talk to, and I was really happy to manage to snag her autograph with this, which oddly enough, she did not have that many lines. I was very disappointed that she didn't have like lines of people coming up to her, but that means it was easier for me to get my autograph from her. So the next single one that I managed to get was Kellen Goff's pop figure signed from My Hero Academia. Ooh. There we go. There's the character. So he played the main villain in season 5 of My Hero Academia as Overhaul, which was the main protagonist. So I managed to snag this to add more to my wonderful pop collection. So these were the 3 pop figures that I actually managed to get signed. And yeah, this was pretty cool. And this was actually the last one that he had. So that was pretty cool that I managed to get the last one. And this was on Sunday. So it saved him a trip trying to pack this. And I managed to get a cool autograph in the meantime, and a fun little backstory behind this little pop figure. So as we move over to the next camera, we can see this gorgeous print of Witch from Goblin Slayer. This was a really good size. I was surprised that there's 3 autographs this big for these prints. This one happens to be not a holographic one like the One Punch Man and the last one that I'm going to be showing you in just a little bit. But this is such a cool print. She had several other characters from various of other animes and video games, but this was the one that I really liked the most. But yeah, so this is a wonderful piece that is going to definitely go on my autograph wall. I'm just trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to put a lot of these big autographs. Alright, so this is going to be the last autograph that I actually had. Then we can start going into the unboxing of all the cool souvenirs and figures that I had gotten. So, without further ado, the last voice actor that I managed to get was Amber Lee Connors. So, as you can see, she was the voice actress for Komi from the anime series Komi Can't Communicate. And when I talked to her about this role, because this role doesn't have a lot of talking for this character, so there's a lot more squeaks, and she just loved the fact that she had to squeak for a majority of her roles. And when I saw this print, and I'm like, oh my god, she's the voice of Komi. But she's also a voice actress for many others. Let's take a look real quick to see who else she is. So she is My Hero Academia's Miss Joke. She's also in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Star Ocean, and several others from Fairy Tail, Final Fantasy video game series. So it was a cool experience to see this, and it's such a cool print. It is actually holographic, as you can see. So the Genos and Saitama pick and this are both holographic. Sadly, I would have loved the fact that if the witch from Goblin Slayer was holographic, but I have an idea on how to set these up, with witch being in the center, and having these two in the side frame and one giant frame, since these are pretty much about the same size. So these are all the cool prints that we had here that I managed to get at Anime Nebraskon. I still have several other cool prints, but we'll get to those when we do a fun little unboxing. And I have a really big one that I think everyone is going to enjoy, and is probably going to be asking, where the heck and why did you buy it? So thank you, everyone. We're going to be wrapping up this video with that. We went through a lot of cool autographs, and we still have a lot of the anime figures that I'm going to do a review over. I'm going to be doing that in a part 2. I just couldn't fit everything into this one video, so I'm going to be breaking these videos into 2 parts. First one, which is over the autographs, and then the next one that I'm working on is going to be over all the figures and a few other prints that I managed to buy during Anime Nebraskon. So look forward to that video. That's going to be coming out shortly after this one. I am Wesley Weeks with WAW Production, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, and hopefully more content will be coming down the pipeline like I mentioned. Again, quick shout out. Again, link in the description for the Anime Nebraskon 2022 video. Definitely go and like and subscribe. I want to see if I can get at least close to 4,000, not 4,000, but 400 views on that video. I'm sitting at about 200. So again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode here at WAW Production.